Here's one of the easiest ways to overpay for a home. If you're looking for a home, you need to decide if you want to see all the properties available or only the homes on Zillow. Do you want to see all the homes available or only the open houses? See, there's homes that have a ton of traffic, a lot of visitors, and that everybody's aware of, and naturally those properties are going to rise to the maximum value. And at the same time, there's properties that are not publicly available that you do not have access to unless you're connected to the right person, the right agent, and that you can have before the entire market has their hands on them. Some of these properties just have special situations in which it makes sense for the seller. It's the right thing for them. That of course, you as a buyer, it's the right thing for you because you're avoiding all the competition that comes with it. It's interesting because on the seller side, we're known for our 5-day blitz. Let's get the entire marketplace to compete for your home so that the highest price can possibly arise. It's the exact opposite strategy that makes sense for a seller the majority of the time. But again, there's some scenarios in which a seller actually appreciates the privacy, appreciates the convenience, and that benefit can then pass on to you as a buyer, but you have to have access to what others don't. And it's the very reason why so many experienced buyers lean on our service. Now, here's a couple action steps for you. One, do you have buyer representation from somebody that is committed to you, just like sellers always do? Sellers select a listing agent that is going to get them the best possible deal. Buyers, interestingly enough, often float around there in space thinking, hey, I'll just bump into something. Well, typically what you're going to bump into is the same homes that everybody else is looking at. But the second thing is beware, a lot of agents will talk about off markets, but do they really provide them, and do they provide them at scale? Just a few things to think about as you navigate a changing marketplace and try to create an advantage for yourself as a buyer. And at the same time, if you rewatch this video as a seller and understand that the exact opposite is true for you if you're looking for max market value. Again, you also just might be looking for max convenience. You might be looking for a cash offer. You might be looking for no contingencies, no closing costs, no hassle, and not 50 or 100 people trekking through your home. Then there are ways of doing that off market. There's buyers that are looking for those off markets, and that's where you need a strong matchmaker. So make sure you have representation, make sure they're committed to you. And remember this, if a whole bunch of people have the responsibility of serving you, then really nobody is. That's why sellers have always had seller representation. And it's interesting with all of the current headlines, buyers are now realizing that they need representation as well. But don't sign with anybody, don't sign anything if you're not going to get access to what other people don't have access to, because that's how you gain an advantage.